Hello, and thank you for your interest in work experience at San Diego Mesa College. Work experience is the academic support course related to a job, internship, or volunteer position, which may or may not be directly related to your occupational or career goal. While students learn new skills and gain real-world experiences in the field, you are able to be supported by faculty. You are required to complete this orientation prior to enrollment. The work experience orientation gives an overview of the course and describes the process for submitting your request for an add or permission number to the instructor of the class you want to enroll in for this semester. Work experience courses help you develop effective career objectives, professional skills, and hands-on experience in a real work setting of your choice. Students are able to earn college credit towards a certificate or degree for a job, internship, or volunteer experience, whether it be in or out of your field of study. Students also receive support from a faculty mentor during your experience for guidance in the workplace and to ensure your professional development. Mesa College offers 3 options for work experience courses. Work 272 is general work experience designed to develop workplace skills in any field. Work 270 is occupational work experience designed to develop workplace skills geared towards your particular major and career path. There are also some discipline-specific sections of occupational work experience, such as Animal Health Technology 270 or Exercise Science 270. These courses are for students getting hands-on training in their fields relevant to their major and career path, and they are taught by discipline-specific faculty. Make sure to check the class schedule for more details and to determine which work experience course is most appropriate for your situation and worksite placement. You must have a job, internship, or volunteer position, as well as meet some additional requirements before requesting an add or permission number. Each work experience instructor will determine whether to send you an add or permission number based on submission of all requirements outlined in this orientation and on the work experience website. Students may only enroll in 1 work experience class per semester. If you have questions or concerns, you should direct them to the work experience instructor or the work experience coordinator for Mesa College. Some work experience classes have prerequisites. Make sure you have checked the Mesa College catalog to determine that you have met the prerequisites for the class that you wish to enroll in. Prerequisite information is also found for each course in the class schedule, whether it be printed or online. Mesa College Work Experience offers 1, 2, 3, or 4 unit classes to fit student needs and your worksite placement. If there were a need to repeat the class in order to remain in a position or internship, work experience classes may be repeated up to a maximum of 16 units within your lifetime academic record. Instead of sitting in a classroom, students enrolled in work experience complete their class time at a work site. Work experience credit is earned based on 75 hours of paid work or 60 hours of unpaid work per unit the student is enrolled. This chart lists the minimum number of hours required by unit for work experience based on a paid versus an unpaid position. A variety of units are available depending upon the number of hours you plan to work, intern, or volunteer this semester. Once enrolled, you must complete the required hours. There will not be any exceptions to this rule. Students who do not meet the requirement will not receive a passing grade for the class. No petitions for incomplete will be granted. If you have a concern meeting the hour requirement, please discuss this with the instructor before enrolling in the course. The instructor can assist you in determining the number of units to consider enrolling in. To be eligible to obtain an add or a permission number, students must complete the following requirements. Be a current Mesa College student. If you are not currently a student, you can apply online. You'll need to secure a job, internship, or volunteer position, whether it be paid or unpaid. Watch this work experience orientation and complete the orientation quiz. Complete part 1 of the sexual harassment prevention training, including all sections, as well as successful passage of the exam at the end. Complete the online work experience application. Completion of the employer agreement by your worksite site supervisor. This will be emailed to him or her automatically upon submission of your work experience application. And lastly, you'll need to attend a mandatory in-person orientation with your assigned work experience instructor. After receiving an add or permission number to enroll in the class, your work experience instructor will make his or her syllabus available to you. You will get hands-on training within work experience, but there are also assignments associated with the class to help you in your career development. The syllabus is specific to each work experience 270 or 272 class. It is the student's responsibility to read the syllabus and become aware of the course timeline, all assignments, and due dates. Make sure you understand how the assignment will be submitted, since this course is not your typical classroom setting. At the in-person orientation, your instructor will review the course responsibilities, and this will give you further opportunity to ask questions so you fully understand what is expected of you within work experience. Each instructor determines the grading procedures and grading scale for their work experience class. It is imperative that you have read the course syllabus and fully understand all of your requirements and responsibilities. Communicating with your instructor by email and/or phone will better ensure your success in this class. Each semester, there are important dates set by the college to be aware of and remember. Your work experience instructor will be available to assist you with those important dates. You can also find these dates in your syllabus as well as on the Mesa College website. In addition to getting hands-on training through work experience, students will also participate in an evaluation process with their workplace site supervisor. At the beginning of the term, students collaborate with their work experience instructor and workplace site supervisor to develop 3 specific SMART objectives or projects that you will work on to develop your skills throughout the semester. During the term, you will complete your daily tasks, hours, and responsibilities at your work site. It's important to check in with your workplace site supervisor so they can answer questions and ensure progress of your objectives, projects, and skills. At the end of the term, you and your workplace site supervisor will evaluate your work performance, your growth of skills, completion of projects, and approve your work experience hours. You will be provided written and verbal feedback of your performance throughout the semester. To ensure a streamlined process for students and employers, Mesa College has developed online work experience forms to track students' progress through each phase of the course. The work experience application will be completed by you as the student, and the employer agreement will be completed by your site supervisor before you're able to enroll in work experience. After enrollment, students will be required to complete a learning agreement, cumulative work record, and final student evaluation. Your work experience instructor will review these online forms with you and discuss expectations and timeline for completing them with you at your orientation. To ensure a student is gaining hands-on experience in developing his or her skills, your work experience instructor will visit your worksite to meet your site supervisor and learn about your role at your company. The student is responsible to arrange and schedule the first site visit. You, your site supervisor, and work experience instructor must all be present for this meeting, which takes place at your worksite. At this meeting, all 3 of you will agree on the 3 SMART learning objectives or projects that you will be focusing on during the term. And the online learning agreement form is finalized, and the document will be signed electronically by each of you. Your work experience instructor will also review expectations of the class and how the evaluation process works. A second site visit will take place at the end of the semester as well between you, your site supervisor, and work experience instructor to be able to evaluate your performance throughout the term. The student and site supervisor will complete and finalize the final student evaluation and cumulative work record by the second site visit. The instructor will communicate with the student toward the end of the semester on all required procedures and deadlines to be successful within your work experience class. In preparation for your first site visit with your instructor, you will want to meet with your site supervisor to explain that you'll be taking a work experience course and discuss the class expectations. Discuss your role at the company and draft 3 SMART learning objectives or projects that you would like to work on throughout the semester. Revise these objectives based on your discussion and what is appropriate for the term of your position. Also discuss 2 or 3 possible dates and times that your site supervisor is available to schedule the first site visit. The first site visit takes place with you, your site supervisor, and work experience instructor all being present and should occur within the first 2 or 3 weeks of the semester. It is your responsibility as the student to be aware of your role in scheduling the first site visit. As a reminder, your site supervisor is busy, so please assure him or her that the first site visit will be brief, roughly about 20 minutes, but this is a very important part of the work experience class. As a work experience student, you will develop 3 SMART learning objectives related to your position, skills you would like to develop, and your goals. They are reviewed and revised with your site supervisor and work experience instructor. All final revisions take place at the first site visit before electronically signing and dating the online learning agreement by you, your site supervisor, and work experience instructor. At the end of the semester, the site supervisor and student will assess to what extent the 3 learning objectives have been achieved, and feedback is provided on the student's performance. SMART objectives must be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. As you can see by this example, the student has identified what they would like to learn, how it will be accomplished, how the results will be evaluated, and the completion date. Your work experience instructor will provide resources for you to develop SMART learning objectives. A short 3-minute YouTube video that illustrates the basic understanding of developing a SMART learning objective is available for your viewing. Both the Mesa Work Experience website and Work Experience Student Handbook provide a more in-depth understanding of how to write learning objectives, along with examples that will be helpful to you. As a reminder, you want to review your SMART objectives with your site supervisor and your work experience instructor to ensure you selected appropriate projects, skills, or tasks to develop over the term. As reviewed earlier in the orientation, you will need to complete 75 hours per 1 unit in a paid position and 60 hours per unit in an unpaid position. The minimum required hours increase based on the higher units you enroll in. This chart lists the minimum number of hours required by unit for work experience based on a paid versus unpaid position. You are responsible by the end of the semester to complete the online cumulative work record. Your site supervisor will verify your hours worked by electronically signing this form, which will be submitted to your work experience instructor. This document is required to complete the course. Your work experience hours may only be counted within the dates of the class and must be completed by the end of the term. Required hours must be met in order to receive a passing grade in your work experience course. It is important to report any changes in your employment immediately to your work experience instructor. If your hours are reduced, it may affect your ability to meet your unit or hour requirement. A change in employment, such as your position, your supervisor, or being terminated may affect your success in your work experience class. Your instructor needs to be made aware of your employment in order to assist you in completion of the course. Work experience allows a change in your job, internship, or volunteer position only one time during the semester, as long as the change is to a similar type of position. For example, moving from an unpaid position at one company to another unpaid position at a different company. Now that you've watched the work experience orientation, let's review the steps to enroll. To be eligible to obtain an ad or permission number, students must complete the following requirements: be a current Mesa College student, secure a job, internship, or volunteer position, whether it be paid or unpaid, watch this work experience orientation, and complete the orientation quiz. Complete part 1 of the sexual harassment prevention training, including all sections, and successful passage of the exam. Completion of the online work experience application. Completion of the employer agreement by your worksite supervisor. And lastly, attend a mandatory in-person orientation with your work experience instructor. To assess your understanding of this orientation and your work experience course requirements, please take the short work experience quiz found on the website. You will need to save the completed quiz onto your computer so you may upload it into the online work experience application. The online work experience website and San Diego Community College District class schedule identifies the instructor for each course. Click on course details and read the comments section to find the instructor's email address and other important instructions, such as whether your instructor is requesting that you also attend an in-person orientation. The student should contact the instructor for assistance if needed, based off the class you plan to enroll in. Students are required to complete part 1 of the sexual harassment prevention training through EverFi. All sections and successful passage of the part 1 exam are required. You may find the instructions to complete the training on the Work Experience website. Once you have found a position, completed the Work Experience quiz, and sexual harassment prevention training, you are now ready to complete the online Work Experience application found on the website. You will provide details about your work experience placement, such as the company, your site supervisor's name, etc. You will also be asked to reflect upon your 21st century professional skill level prior to starting your work experience. A big component of the workforce is having the technical and professional skills to be successful in the job. Work experience allows you to get hands-on training while building your professional skills. Skills such as communication, critical thinking, and teamwork, just to name a few, are valued by employers. So this is a great opportunity for you to use your work experience to develop these competencies. It is important that you are thorough in completing the work experience application. Please make sure the information given is accurate. The student will sign and submit the online form electronically, and a copy will be sent to your work experience instructor to review. Once your work experience application has been submitted, your site supervisor will receive a notification email to review and complete the online employer agreement form. I suggest following up with him or her to ensure this form gets completed quickly. Once all of your forms have been received and approved, including your employer agreement, your work experience instructor will send you an email with your ad or permission number so you can register for your course, pay your tuition and fees, and attend an in-person orientation with your instructor. To prepare for work experience, you can also review the work experience online forms checklist, which will be provided for you. Students may always contact their work experience instructor or the Mesa College Work Experience Coordinator with any questions about the course. Make sure to also utilize the Work Experience website as a tool for your success in this class. On the site, you will find instructions, links, the Work Experience application, handbooks, resources, and online forms needed throughout your work experience. Thank you for your interest in work experience at Mesa College. This is a great opportunity to learn firsthand about various career paths and gain in-demand skills that will help you prepare for employment and stand out in finding a job. Please contact the Work Experience Coordinator if you have any questions about the process and expectations of work experience.